NBC and Peacock.
Hi, everyone. What you guys want to talk about?
All the things.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Everything about you guys. That's what this is.
yeah.
Not me personally.
My favorite.
Well, I have some. Yeah, I have some personal
Got it all.
questions as well.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
for sure. First, I'd like to say the show is amazing. So give you guys your flowers with that.
Thank you.
A question that I wanted to know, and I was so excited when I got to meet the cast, is if you guys were a part of a real hunting party, which serial killers would you go after and why?
Oh God.
Which serial? What's the? Do we have is it multiple choice?
It's
Like what's,
any fair game. So you can do multiple, you can do one that you really...
Like of the people we've hunted?
No,
or
real
just, okay,
real
okay.
serial killers.
Oh.
Who would you go after and why?
I mean, there's a guy. I remember reading this article in Maxim magazine. Who reads the articles in that thing?
you?
Yeah, I like the articles. Like, just get rid of that rest of that.
You got me that there is still a Maxim magazine.
Yeah.
Well, no. This is back when there was. I don't even know if there is. But so I read this in an old issue about this guy called the Toy Box Killer, and what he did is the most horrific stuff.
Yeah, I know about
It's
this
so
one.
dark and dumb. So I would want to get that guy. He's already dead.
Yeah.
Like I think his heart got him or whatever. But yeah, I want to take that guy down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm stumped. I don't know. I don't play favorites or discriminate like that. Sure. If that's your thing, I'm coming for you. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I love that you said the Toy Box Killer. That lets me know you're a real true crime fan.
Yeah, because they haven't done a documentary about that guy yet.
No, they haven't.
And what he's done is,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about the dynamics between your two characters as it progresses on through the season, because it seems like you guys don't like each other, but you're sitting here like you guys do like each other.
This is acting.
This is the action. No, actually, I do love working with him because I think we both vehemently defend our character's point of view. And we kind of enjoy that tension. At least I do. I don't speak for him, but I do get fixated on the mistrust that Hassani has for Odell. Even when there are moments where we're being encouraged to yeah, maybe you guys come together on this. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. But maybe I have my gun out.
But maybe I just
only
out of
walk
frame.
behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts to ramp up, the tension ramps up, because at first you're whispering in her ear stuff about me, and it's kind of hidden. Then it starts to get to a point where it's feels like you're letting me know, at a certain point. And then there's also moments, like you said, where we might see them come together a bit. We have common enemies.
I think that's also a common dynamic in an operation like this where the stakes are so high that you just have to tolerate the people that you're teamed up with, whether you trust them or not, because the mission kind of dominates the dynamic. So I think, at least for Hassani, I think he's used to operating in that kind of mistrustful environment.
So you're saying you're only a team because you have a common goal, not necessarily.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think Hassani has much tolerance for any of his bullshit.
I'm going to piggyback off that. Is there still information or matter still being concealed between each character? Because we guys just mentioned trust being built and everything. Are we going to get something that's
That's interesting from a perspective, because I'm not, and then everything falls into place after that.
And just to add that to that, even though I don't do what you do, I would encourage people to one of my favorite things, once I actually have to act, I start to get now I'm nervous and whatever. But I love extracting information from the thing about the character and trying to find consistencies and making sure I understand the thesis of the thing and how I can serve it and all that stuff. So that process feels like it's like I would encourage people to try to love that too.
The detective work.
Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
To kind of piggyback off of what she said, you guys talk about loving your roles and bringing that to work. What about this role in this show? Because I find it very interesting from other crime shows is that like they were already captured and now you have to recapture them. So what about that have you brought to your roles here? Like, because it's so untraditional and what we typically see for crime shows or thrillers or psychological thrillers.
Yeah, I mean, what's present for me and Hassani in that is that he can't think one step ahead of the killers, and so he has to rely on the psychological profilers and has to rely on Bex because his skill set is catching them when circumstances are just different.
Right.
Now it's like internal. We're trying to figure out their psychology and why and what their next step will be.
Right.
So yeah, I think he's not ideally equipped for exactly this mission, and that's why he has to rely on his teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because I can't do what I normally do because I'm like because they're each episode's like they often start with me catching the team up on, hey, this is the killer, this is what their MO was, this is their psychology, this is their history. But a lot of that doesn't apply now because they've changed, because these experiments were done on them in the pit that made them worse.
Right.
So once they're released, it's like they're just going off the rails, killing like crazy. And there's a hint of their old MO maybe, but they might kill in new ways. It might be they're going off their thing. So I don't know. That's been fun. Like to I don't know. It's like we're all hamstrung.
Yeah.
Even though we have our areas of expertise.
Why doesn't Odell? Go ahead. I was going to say, why doesn't Odell go out on the field with Bex more often? Because he's so good on.
It's a question for. Can you see them?
Or should I just ask the producer?
It looks like that's the question.
Yeah. I think we need somebody. Oh, there it is.
We didn't give it away, I promise.
We're just talking about it.
We're just getting there. Oh, man.
Yeah, just one more.
Oh, no, it was just more of when you guys get the script, do you kind of know what's going into it? Because the last episode, 8, something happens to Bex. I don't want to go either way because I don't want to watch it. But did you guys kind of know what was going to happen, or do they just kind of hide things from you and you're like, oh crap, here we go?
Wait, what happens to Bex?
In 8?
With
Dr. Malik.
Yeah.
We do get sometimes.
Like a little taste, like a little bit.
If there's something you need to know.
Wait, in episode 8?
Yeah.
Or maybe that was it 7?
Wait, it's 8, right?
Dr. Malik?
Yeah.
I think that was 7. No?
No, Malik was like 4. I'm confused.
Anyway,
They do control a lot of information. We don't get like in terms of like the bigger arc and piecing together like what's happening at the pit, and if something happens to one of our individual characters, they do control a lot of that so that we have to discover it.
And I may have been messing up the character names, but I mean, it's.
Yes.
I got so hung up that I don't even know what the question was. Remind me of the question.
No, it's totally fine. I just have to move on.
Okay.
But I was just going to say you guys are great actors, so I just know how much.
Do we know?
Yeah.
Are you just playing with us, or
Well, you can see this is what we're like now, and
what we're actually
there's
like.
nothing what our.
You guys are super chill. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys
Thank
too. I was going to order us around, but they're not allowing it, so we got to.
Sorry, we can't just hang and hang.
Appreciate you guys. No worries. Thank you.
Mix.